Sydney Sweeney, blonde hair, blue eyes, white girl, all of that stuff. This has created a backlash of which I was not prepared for. And look, I could understand how a lot of fat cows and heifers and weirdos and ugly freaks were going to have a problem with anybody who's traditionally attractive being in this ad because, like, I can't see myself. Like, I can't see myself in an ad like this. You kind of expect that. We've seen a ridiculous backlash. Articles from MSNBC. Sydney Sweeney's ad shows an unbridled cultural shift toward whiteness.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, Jay. Non-inclusive at best and overtly promoting white supremacy and Nazi propaganda at worst. All because it's a gene pun. Sydney Sweeney has great genes. My gosh. CNN's getting all these different professors from all these institutions. And of course, they all think the same thing. They're all doing an evaluation of what this means for America. And all of them are saying, yes, indeed, you're right. Even if they didn't mean to, it's promoting white supremacy and white nationalism and conservatism, like all this wild shit. And thankfully, American Eagle, if this had been 4 or 5 years ago, Jay, I fully believe that
he would apologize.
That a company would have bent the knee and apologized and try to appease these freaks.
Agreed.
That is not what happened. Instead, they just simply put out a statement. Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Isn't always was about the genes. Her genes, her story. We'll continue to celebrate how everyone wears their AE genes with confidence their way. Great genes look good on everyone. No apology, no bending of the knee, but it is just continue to ramp up for Sydney Sweeney. We saw allegedly her address gets leaked and people say she's a registered Republican. So now we know that this was racist, regardless of whether it actually is or not. And now it's to the point where at red carpet premieres, Jay, she's getting asked about her racist ad for American Eagle. During the premiere of Americana, we've got this little clip here from TMZ. I think I shared the audio. Here we go.
Stop the ad. That is being racist.
Stop the ad.
That is being racist.
Bro, stop the ad. That's being racist.
It's racist to have a white person promote something now.
I got to give Sydney Sweeney credit for not saying a word, like nothing. Like she has said nothing. She's just living her life, doing her thing.
I accidentally hit something. My bad.
It's okay. I heard something, but yeah, she hasn't said a word, not saying a thing, just living life. Every little clip that they try to grab from her now, it's like, oh yeah, remember she shoots guns and all that stuff. It's like, I know American Eagle's loving it because their stock prices have gone up and who knows. But Ryan, what you don't know, this is breaking news. But we do have a response from someone that you really care about. It appears Lizzo has responded to Sydney Sweeney. This person writes, not to be outdone by Sydney Sweeney, Lizzo offers us a look at what that American Eagle ad could have been done. Are you ready?
I think so.
She's doing it to one of her songs. Should I mute the music? Because it might get.
Yeah, the last thing we'd want is Lizzo claiming us.
All right, so I'll mute the song, but it's just one of her lyrics. So there you go. Look at that. And so she she's got the blonde hair, she's got the jeans, she's doing her rap lyrics, she's showing the package.
It's actually really funny how, remember, like Lizzo gets fat shamed and she goes on this big transformation, probably use Ozempic, like whatever. She loses like 100 pounds and she's still fat and disgusting. That's like the funniest thing about Lizzo is she got shamed into losing a bunch of weight and she's still probably 100 pounds overweight. That's how fat that bitch is.
I'll take that off the screen, chat. Sorry, I left it on a little bit too long.
Yeah, we don't need that. But the truth is, if it was a Lizzo ad and she was fat and gross and spilling out of her jeans like the heifer that she is, and she said all the exact same shit, about, passed down to you, blah, 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 all this stuff, and Lizzo has great genes, and that was the thing, there would be no outrage. There would be nobody that was calling it racist. There would be nothing like that. But instead, because it's a all-American looking blonde in Sydney Sweeney, now that shit's racist. And to your point, you do have to wonder if the noise will get to a level at which she ever feels like she has to say something or respond. I hope that that's not the case, but there is so much shit, especially with, now Trump talking about it and the Republican registration, all of that stuff. You do have to wonder if she's ever going to feel the need to come out and say something. I hope not. I hope she just does exactly what she's doing.
Agreed. I hope she stays quiet. Eventually she'll be on a podcast and they'll ask her, hey, remember that time? And she'll just probably be like, yeah, I can't believe it. Or she could just be absolutely loving the fact that she is the most talked about person in the entire planet for a month. And she's not even like a major celebrity movie star, like it's just from a commercial. So
look, it has been very good for American Eagle.
I missed the ball toss, Chad. That's why there was silence. Ryan tossed me the ball and I completely swung and missed. That's why there was a good 5 seconds of silence. I thought he was going to say something else. I'm trying not to interrupt and be better. Like I just interrupted him right now.
That was, we made a mistake. We should have teed it up. We shouldn't have relied on, we shouldn't have been doing coach pitch. We should have teed it up, but that's all right. I think it's been really good for American Eagle because, quite frankly, when's the last time you thought about American Eagle?
Never.
It's been a while for me since I thought anything about American Eagle. And now it's on the lips of everybody. And
that's what I'm
saying. The truth is, for all the backlash, 98% of people think that the backlash is insane and ridiculous, that there's nothing wrong with the ad, and they're happy that American Eagle's not bending the knee. They find nothing wrong with Sydney Sweeney and this ad. So it would be a different story, like the whole, all publicity, whatever. It would be a different story if 95% of people fucking hated this. Kind of like Bud Light, right? Dylan Mulvaney. If 95% of your fucking customer base hates something, then it doesn't matter if a lot of people are talking about it. It can still be a very bad thing for you. It's not the case for American Eagle. I think they only sell women's size up to 18 or something. So let's be real. A lot of the people that are mad about this, they wouldn't fit into American Eagle jeans anyway. So I don't think that they're part of their core audience base. You know what I mean?
Totally agree. Totally agree. It's kind of scary though, that if you get asked to do a commercial, you could be screamed at and yelled at every time you try to make a public appearance, even without even saying a word, not making a political statement on her Twitter or Instagram or anything like that. And yet people are still going to yell at you because they're upset at a commercial.